Deer Creek Cardinal students. This is Mrs. Neva from the office. As you remember, I'm still here, waiting for you all to come back. We miss you. We hope you are having a good time learning from your parents, doing your homeschooling. And because we miss you so much, we wanted to reach out to you. So I'm going to read a story, one of our favorites that we've had for a couple years now, and it is called Clark the Shark. What? What was that? Oh no! Look who came to see us! It is Clark the Shark! Good morning, Clark the Shark. Are you doing okay? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Yep, Clark the Shark is doing well. Are you ready for a story? Are you going to be a good listener? Turn on your listening ears. Whoa, he's so active this morning. All right, here we go, Clark the Shark. In all the wide blue seas, in all the wide blue world, the top school for fish was Deer Creek Elementary School. And all of the fish at Deer Creek, the biggest and the strongest was Clark the Shark. Clark loved school, and he loved his teacher, Mrs. Evans. He loved to play upsy-downsy and spin-a-majig with his friends. Clark loved his life. School is awesome, shouted Clark the Shark. Less shouting, more reading, said Mrs. Evans. Lunchtime is sweet, yelled Clark the Shark. Munch your own lunch, said his best friend, Mr. Dennis. Recess rocks, bellowed Clark the Shark. You are playing too rough, Clark, cried the other kids. Yes, Clark loved his life with all his sharky heart, but he loved everything way too much. He was too loud. He was too wild. He was just too much shark for the other fish to handle. After a while, no one would play with Clark. No one ate lunch with him. No one sat down at circle time with him. Even his best friend, Mr. Dennis, said, "Cool your jets, Clark. You're making me crazy." Well, one day, Clark asked Mrs. Evans, "What's wrong with everyone?" Mrs. Evans patted his fin. "Clark, sometimes you play too hard. You munch too hard. And gosh, you even help too hard." "But life is so exciting," said Clark. "There's a time and a place for everything," said Mrs. Evans. "And sometimes the rule is to stay cool." Can you stay cool today, Clark? At recess, Clark tried to stay cool, but he pushed the swing with too much zing. "Sorry," said Clark. "I forgot." "Yikes!" cried Mr. Dennis. At lunch, Clark tried to stay cool, but everything smelled so good that he munched a bunch of lunches. Oh, "Sorry," said Clark. "I forgot." "We're starving," said his friends. In class, Clark tried to stay cool, but a good book got him all shook up. "Now, Clark," said Mrs. Evans, "this isn't the time or place. Tell me, what's the rule? Is it to stay cool?" "Hey, that rhymes," he cried. Then Clark got a big idea in his sharky head. "Maybe if I make a rhyme, I'll remember every time," he thought. The next day, he put his plan to work. Are you ready to stay cool? In class, when lessons got exciting, Clark wanted to bounce off his seat. Instead, he told himself, when teacher's talking, don't go walking. And what do you know? It worked. "Attaboy, Clark," said Mrs. Evans. Clark smiled. Lessons are fun. At playtime, Clark told himself. Easy does it. That's the way. Then his friends will let me play. And playtime was fun once more. Clark loved his life. But then a shadow fell across the playground. A ginormous shadow with tentacles galore. Are you scared, Clark? It's a new kid, and he looks scary, cried Mr. Dennis. Swim for your lives! The squid squashed the slide, and it snapped off the swings. Oops, my bad, said the new kid. Wait, said Clark. He just wants to play. Let's find a way. And he swam at the new kid with all his might. Clark played harder than he had before. Upsy-downsy and spin-a-jig. Easy does it, Clark. Why, he even made up a new game. Tail-a-wumpa-wuss. Wow, that was fun, said the new kid breathlessly, and he settled down. If you want to come to school, you gotta stay cool, said Clark. That's right, Clark, said Mrs. Evans, and thanks for taking care of our new classmate, Miss Henschel. Hooray for Clark the Shark! Everyone cheered. That night, Clark's mother asked, What did you learn at school, dear? There's a time and a place for everything, Clark said. Sometimes you stay cool. But sometimes a shark's gotta do what a shark's gotta do. Oh, the end. All right, Clark, are you ready to go about your day? Are you ready to go swimming? He's ready. Thanks for joining us on our Clark the Shark outing this morning. There will be more books to come, so be looking for our videos.